Can you tell us a bit more about Muslim Fostering Network?
Yeah, so the project was started in March 2017, and it was primarily to rise to the challenge of the issue in the community of the lack of Muslim foster carers. So generally speaking, in the UK in 2017, there was a shortage of about 8,000 to 10,000 foster carers. That's across all communities. And there's an acute shortage within the Muslim community. So the work has been around raising awareness, identifying areas within the country where there is a shortage, and then working alongside local authorities and independent foster agencies to introduce potential Muslim foster carers into the system.
SubhanAllah. I mean, now, you know, I'm very passionate about fostering, you know, and I'm surprised that Muslims at home don't necessarily know that, you know, don't necessarily know much about fostering, SubhanAllah Rabbil Alameen. I mean, so Kathryn, about yourself, is that something you've known about?
Yeah, I mean, basically, well, my sister actually is a foster carer.
Oh, wow.
And alhamdulillah, she's, you know, quite aware of the cultural differences and helping out children from all sort of faiths and cultures. But often carers aren't given the right information about sort of, you know, how to sort of like look after and care for a child of a different religion and culture. So how do you deal with that at the Muslim Foster Network?
Yeah, so one of the things that we've done at the Muslim Foster Network is we've developed a guide which is designed around looking after Muslim children. The guide was actually designed for non-Muslims looking after Muslim children.
Oh, wow.
But alhamdulillah, it's been really well received by the Muslim community too, because it's a fantastic guide and it goes through all the basics in terms of bringing up a Muslim child right the way through to the age of puberty. So it allows you to identify those challenges and issues that you go through as a parent. And as I said, it was specifically designed around non-Muslims caring for Muslim children. But alhamdulillah, it's gone a long way in addressing a lot of issues. And the initial publication was done back in 2003.
Oh, okay.
So alhamdulillah, the Muslim Foster Network has been involved in this space for quite some time. And the latest edition has just come out this year as well.
Sure. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to, I was wondering why there aren't enough Muslim carers, because I heard that when London Central Mosque actually did a survey last year and found out that 44 Muslim children, only 4 in Brent were given to Muslim carers. So I was wondering, why is there such a shortage of Muslim carers?
I think, to be honest with you, can I sort of come in here,
Ali.
if you don't mind? The reason being is because I think our community are not aware of or are not educated enough about fostering. Normally what happens is, you know, if somebody wants to have a child, they always think about adoption. They are not aware of fostering, and I think that's where we, Muslim Foster Network, are trying to educate people to tell them that, you know, there are other avenues apart from adoption as well, which they can sort of take.
And for the viewers at home as well, there's a big difference between fostering and adoption.
Oh, definitely.
But what is the main differences? That's, you know, so everybody understands.
I mean, adoption is
there.
basically you have a child and you keep them forever and ever. Fostering is that you take care of a child up until the age of 18. And then once they turn 18, they can go into I think a housing.
If they carry on in education, so they once the child reaches 18, then they come out of the normal parameters of care, but they may still continue living with their foster carer, but the dynamic of the relationship would change. So usually at that stage they're classified as care leavers, and they'd be supported on to be living independently at that point. But the thing to bear in mind is that there is a range of different requirements, so that you can be a short-term foster carer just for respite for a weekend, or right the way through to keeping that child up until the age of 18. So generally speaking, depending on the circumstances of the child and the reasons why they came into care, you know, the objective of the local authority may be to reunite that child with their original birth family. So you might be just part of the supporting mechanism to help that to happen.
Alhamdulillah. No, it sounds great. And, I know what yourselves, you're here to promote and to encourage people at home, as is Islam Channel, to encourage individuals at home to get involved and to find out a bit more about fostering. So, inshallah, you can maybe take on that mantle. And I'm very, very happy to say that, we have Brother Abdul Razak and Sister Aini here now. You two are a married couple who are looking to actually go into this journey together. Not just marriage, but fostering as well.
Yeah, well, alhamdulillah, we've actually been approved as foster carers.
So there's an application process? There's a...
Yes.
Yeah, the application process took about a year.
It's quite a long time.
It's a long time.
Yes.
So they do a thorough background check. But once you're approved, which we are now,
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. We're just waiting to take a child on board now to go through the process now.
So what else is involved in that process when you're sort of being assessed? I mean, for example, what are the minimum requirements to be able to, that somebody must have to become a Muslim carer?
Well, firstly, obviously you have to have a place for a child, a spare bedroom.
So an actual spare room, then? Okay.
That's essential.
Right.
SubhanAllah. Yeah. Now, yourselves, in regards to why you have decided to go down this route, I know, Sister Aini, you, mashallah, Rabbil Alameen, have actually been interested in fostering, much before you've taken on this journey. So speak to us a little bit about what inspired you to take this journey.
I always wanted to give something back to the community, as well as, the Muslim Ummah, really, to be honest with you. While I was doing the research, I had realised that there were quite a few Muslim children who are being fostered sort of into non-Muslim families. Obviously, when the children are being fostered into non-Muslim families, it may be hard for them to practice their deen. So that was one of the reasons why I sort of decided, obviously spoke to my husband, and we both sort of decided.
I'm glad he agrees.
Yeah, he has to agree.
That's very
anything
important.
that I say.
Was it a conversation or ultimatum? We're going to do this. We're doing this, whether you like it or not. SubhanAllah. Amazing.
No, alhamdulillah, I had a full support from my husband as well, as we have a 19-year-old son.
Oh, wow, mashallah.
As well, mashallah, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Are you looking to foster a small child or an older child, or does it make no difference to you?
Initially, I was actually looking to foster sort of 0 to 7-year-olds.
Okay.
But I've come to realise now, after gone through the process and everything else, that it's not that easy.
Right.
So currently our situation is we are just open to any age group. I know that sometimes Muslim sisters, especially if they're covering or wearing hijab, they may find it harder for, practicality purposes. But I think, when there is a will, there is a way.
So that's why
you have to have the intention, and Allah does make it easy for you.
Absolutely, subhanAllah. Now, Dr. Razak, yourself, as a father figure now, it's, mothers, subhanAllah, Allah has created him in such a nurturing manner. And as men, subhanAllah, we have a leadership role to play as well in the community. Now, what brings you towards this journey, as an individual?
Well, I think we all should sort of give back to the community. We're in a position where we can help. And it's a blessing from Allah that we're in the position to help somebody else. So that's basically why we want to actually take up this role and, help out as much as we can.
And what do you think would be the main challenges that you perhaps foresee with fostering?
Well, it's the conditions that obviously the children had to live in. So basically it's actually just catering for their needs. And that's basically what the role is.
Because they all come from different backgrounds.
Yeah, so it depends what they're coming from and how you can actually nurture them, how you can help them along their journey as well.
So are you worried about taking on perhaps a slightly older child that may have some issues from their past?
Not particularly worried. I just think every child's going to be different. So you have to take them as they come and try and guide them as much as you can. Inshallah, we can do a good job.
Absolutely. I hope you will. I hope
Yes,
you will.
yeah,
I'm actually intrigued, Sataini, you mentioned that you have a 19-year-old son.
Yes.
How is he reacting to this?
Is he
excited?
Is extremely excited. Yeah. I mean, we've had few referrals, and every time we get a referral, obviously, we just discuss it as a family, whether this would be suitable for our family or not suitable for family. Currently, we have accepted one referral. And inshallah, within months, we should have, or within weeks, we should have our first foster sibling
And
coming.
if that works out,
through.
do you think you will perhaps look to foster a second child?
Well,
Or is that
let's
just
see.
too far in the future?
This is going to be our first experience fostering, but inshallah,
Inshallah.
we are in it for a long
Yeah.
for a long,
That's
for
good
a
to-
long
good to hear that
ride.
dedication,
though.
We're not going
That's
to be
paramount.
sort of fostering someone for just 1 year or 6
No.
months or whatever.
you have
We
the
want to do it as long
dedication,
as we
mashallah.
can, inshallah. And like I said, we want to give something back.
Yeah.
Now, a little
community.
message, inshallah, to those watching at home, just before, because we have so much to talk about, so don't worry, you're going to still be here, but just one key question that's coming to my mind is, for those who are a little concerned maybe at home, thinking, I don't know, we have spare bedrooms in-house, we have space in-house, but maybe we're not the right people, what would you say to those people at home to encourage them to take part?
I think that the best thing to do is get online, get in touch with Muslim Foster Network. We are on, we have a website, we have a Facebook page, like our page, and sign up to receive more information.
And that website, etc., the contact
and
details?
Facebook page is
Yes,
called?
so the Facebook page is Muslim Foster Network, and our website is called muslimfosternetwork.org.uk.
Wonderful.
So please get in touch with us, and you never know, I might be on the at their end of the phone to give you more information, inshallah.
No problem, inshallah. Well, there you go. We've got so much to talk about.
I know. I wanted to ask
Subhanallah.
Charlie something.
Oh,
though.
go ahead. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Because I heard, when I was reading about Muslim Foster Network, I heard there is also an event taking place in March to help anybody who's interested in fostering, and that you have a free event to sort of teach people about fostering and what you do at Muslim Foster Networks. Is that right? Do you know anything? Could you tell us a bit about that?
There's an event taking place at the end of March. It's actually designed around practitioners. So
Right.
from the research that we've done, we've seen that there is a number of challenges in the sector. So for the viewers who are at home and the people who have entered this process, there's been many cases highlighted where individuals have felt challenged by going through the process. So there's certain questions that are raised during the interview process to become a foster carer. And it's these type of challenging questions that we're addressing with local authorities and with individuals to best advise how would you deal with those sensitive questions that come up around diet, around homosexuality, around looking after children, where you've got the Merum issue which comes up. So the biggest challenge in the sector at the moment is that a significant number of people come forward to look after children of a young age, but there's a reflective number of children from all age groups that come into foster care, and we need more people to come forward to look after the older teenagers specifically. That's where there's a shortage.
Yeah,
so we've
'cause
got a
it's
series of
seen as
events.
perhaps more difficult, or sometimes people are more worried about sort of the teenage years, aren't they?
Yeah. So we've got a series of events that are taking place. So this event you mentioned in March is for practitioners, and that's going to show the results of the research that's been done. So Mercy Mission commissioned the Foster Network to do this research to better understand what are the challenges faced by local authorities in recruitment, and also what challenges are being faced by the Muslim community in terms of these challenging issues that come up during the process.
Absolutely.
And then going forward, we've got a national programme going on. Currently we're focused around Manchester, but we will be moving around the UK. So if you keep an eye on our website, you'll be able to see what events are coming up. The best thing is to go to our website. It's muslimfosternetwork.org.uk.
Right.
You can register your details there. More than likely, Sister Annie will be the person who will give you a call. So
So if there are any worries or any concerns, you can sort of talk to the person about that.
When we have people registering with us, I'm the one who is actually making the follow-up calls.
Right, okay.
And giving them information about fostering, putting their mind at rest if they have any queries or any questions, or any concerns.
So the help is there.
The help
if they
is
need
there,
it.
And it's very
absolutely.
reassuring that also the two of you, husband and wife, of course, you are expecting your first foster child, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. But Abdul Razak, you excited?
Inshallah.
Very exciting, very excited to indeed. I just want to get it on the go so I can see what happens with
We're
how
raring to go.
we're raring.
Yeah, good.
I'm ready. It's just now
And you
we're
can
just
share
waiting
your
for the process.
experiences as well
Well,
with
Allah give you that.
potential carers.
That zeal.
Ameen.
Yeah.
Allah,
Definitely.
alhamdulillah.
Living the life